So, hello, welcome to Yoga with Zoe, or Life Yoga. I figured I would do a little sequence for you rather than a long sequence for you, and this is focusing around the hips. The hips are tissue, interesting. You sometimes get lower back problems, and it could be radiating from hips being weak, I would say. And how do you get a weak hip? The way that the mind has mapped how we move, basically. I notice it in myself. My left hip has been constantly weak, and I think it comes from the fact that I pronate, so I'm working on strengthening the foot and having an awareness of how I move, just so I can make this hip feel a lot better. I'm taking my hair out because I'm going to lie down. I don't know why I tie my hair back and then decide to lie down. Anyway, and I've just got the grip cut. So yeah, let's lie down. So obviously practicing at your own risk, because I'm not there to nosy at you. I haven't got the power. I've not mastered that yogic power yet of being able to see through computers into people's houses. That would be weird. So lie yourself down, and we're just going to picture the hips. I just want you to picture how you sense and feel the hips. Apologies for that noise. Someone is constantly mowing. Anyway, so picture your pelvis. Picture where you sense the femur meet the hip, and just going to pick up the right knee and begin to circle the knee. I shall move myself back onto camera surreptitiously. You wouldn't have noticed I didn't have a head. And then begin to draw a figure of 8 with the knee. Hold the knee in towards the body, and your opposite leg, your left leg, straighten it if it is comfortable to do so. So I'm pushing that left heel down and into the floor. As I'm pushing that heel into the floor, what that is doing is tipping my tailbone towards the floor, leveling up the pelvis, and then I'm beginning to draw that right knee in closer. Taking my hand behind the right thigh and then extending the right leg up. And with this, you don't have to straighten the leg, straighten it up. And I'm just trying to keep that leg held in. So you're going to feel this in the hamstring. And then placing the right foot back down, we're going to just move that left foot in. Sorry, I got an itch. So we're going to circle. And then I'm moving into doing a figure of 8. So as I'm doing that, I can feel the thigh bone rotating out, I can feel the thigh bone rotating in. Just trying to get some control over that movement. And I noticed that one side is a little different to the other, which is always nice to observe. And that could just sometimes tell you a story about what you're feeling in the body. And then I'm going to bring that leg in, and so the right leg is now straightening. I'm pushing the heel into the floor, trying to flatten that right thigh into the floor, which is leveling up the pelvis. And then I'm drawing the left knee in. Hands just moving behind that thigh, and again I'm straightening the leg up. Oh, I can feel a bit more in this one. This is my weak leg. I also went for a run yesterday, and this leg is going yowza. Okay, so bringing the knees in. I'm going to open out the legs, cross the ankles, and I'm just going to let the knees fall to the right, and I'm rolling with it. You notice how I've rolled, I've not picked myself up, I'm rolling with it. And then I'm lifting up my left knee, rolling all the way over the other way. Back onto my back and I'm moving into a pigeon pose. So pigeon, crossing this right ankle over onto the left knee, and then I'm picking up the left knee and my lower back is rounded, it's in the floor, and my hands are just gone behind my thigh and I'm drawing it in. Some people find this really difficult to do for one reason or another, and so what you could do is just go a little bit closer. You can have the knees crossed and bring it in, or just to go part way. And then taking the knee away, bringing it in is quite nice. I also quite like actually pressing the tailbone into the floor, really trying to keep that rooted whilst pulling the legs in. So then you've got more of a neutral spine. I quite like that. So maybe explore going from one into the other with the neutral spine. So from here, I'm going to drop the left foot down and cross the right leg completely over. And then the right hand is going to move to the ground above my head. So I'm spreading the fingers, pressing back with the arm. And then I'm going to tip the knees to the right and then to the left. And I'm letting my pelvis roll. Pelvis is rolling. And then I'm going to let this stay put, so the knees are going to stay to the left as I look to the right. Moving back to centre, untangling, and just for a second I'm just going to sense and feel the right side. And then I'm stepping these feet in and taking the left foot onto the right thigh and moving into the pigeon. So again, you might find it difficult to bring yourself in. You can always use a belt behind the thigh. You might just rock the leg backwards and forwards. And then placing the foot. Oh yeah, and we did the thing about pressing into tailbone. So again, checking. I was really enjoying the other way. So you press the tailbone, you might sense it in a different way. So it's like you're kind of keeping that lower back neutral. Now I'm going to drop the foot, cross completely the left leg over right, taking the left arm up towards the floor behind me. And again, dropping legs to the left, dropping legs to the right. Feeling the pelvis rolling, and then I'm going to let the knees move to the left to the right as I look to the left. And then move into centre. So we're going to just come and take a little sit. And I'm going to just bring my hands to the floor behind me. I'm just going to move to this side, just so we can see. But my feet are basically going to be like this. So here's my feet. So I'm just going to be side on just so you can see what's going on in the spine. So the feet are touching, the knees are wide. And I'm just letting the lower back go around. And then I'm pushing myself onto sit bones. I'm just moving into that lower spine, into the upper spine. And then I'm going to bend my left elbow, and then my right elbow. So again, we may have a twist. Again, this is just lengthening the waist. So left elbow bends, right elbow bends, left elbow bends, right elbow bends. Just kind of getting into this lower half of the back. So again, the hips and the lower back are very deeply connected, aren't they? So think about the muscles that crisscross over the pelvis into the legs. And sometimes you can get lower back pain, which is referred to the hips. So this is, to me, it's like just getting into those very lowest vertebrae, giving a bit of a jiggle and a wiggle. I'm just going to go back to centre and I'm moving forwards and backwards again, just bending the elbows and letting the lower back round, letting the spine lift, and just feeling the spine push up through me. Just come to sitting. Just walking my sit bones back, hands onto my ankles, and then I'm feeling the pelvis tilting forward, so I can actually now feel the back is moving more than anything, and just bringing those hands, just walk my sit bones back a little bit to the ankles or just to the ground, wherever you feel comfortable. There you go, that's part of the practice. So this week's lessons is about the hips, and so not just like the release of the hips. I mean, that was primarily focused on getting the hips moving and stretching them out, but actually you could do a really strengthening them, and this week's lesson's got a little bit of hip strengthening work in there. So some really good like squats and what else have we got? Oh, I can't remember. Well, that'd be a surprise, wouldn't it, if you came? So there you go. So yeah, have a look at www.life-yoga.co.uk and see about joining me. Thank you very much.